Alright gamers, welcome into Retro Time. I am Message Time, and in this video today, I want to talk about something related to the Video Game Awards from the other night. Now, I didn't really get to watch the Video Game Awards, but I watched a lot of people talk about it, and I just wanted to give my take on something and how I think Jeff Keighley, the guy who runs the Video Game Awards, could change things up instead of doing this next time. Let's get into this. All right. I saw this posted right after the Video Game Awards the other day, and I, you know, Anuma is the guy that created half of the Nintendo games. Um, and it's disappointing just to see him get pushed off a stage so quickly. Uh, by even when giving a heartfelt speech on accepting an award. To me, I look at that as such disrespect because he's the one who, pretty much put the video game industry in the position it is because of how he's made, video games. He helped make video games like Super Mario Brothers, um, Legend of Zelda. This guy is very, very popular, and very, very famous, but he's famous for a different reason. Now, the reason this had happened is because apparently there were a bunch of famous people, movie stars, Hollywood actors at this event. And that's where the problem lies. So, let me see if I can find any info on who was at the Video Game Awards. Alright, so now I typed this in, and the pre-show ceremony was hosted by Sydney Goodman. The event was live streamed across multiple platforms globally. It featured musical performances and Old Gods of Asgard and as a presentation from celebrity guests including Timothy Chatham, Chalamet, Christopher Judge, and Matthew McConaughey. Now, I don't know if there are other people there. I don't know who two of these actors are out of the three because Matthew McConaughey's been around for like ever. So I want to give my take on this and just why I don't see it as a very good idea. All right, so this topic does a little bit. It's a little bit disappointing to me, solely because of the fact that developers have always been more important in video gaming than an actor. Actors don't work as hard as developers do. Developers like spend hours and hours on end, you know, exhausting themselves to put together something great, and sometimes we give them flack. So, at the end of the day, I look at it like this. Most video games have always had its own type of characters in it. You don't need an actor to have those characters in it. They sit down and they create the character themselves. Um, One of my big issues with this is Jeff Keighley trying to get into the spotlight a little bit, which is it's not really a good place to be doing it, especially when we got Hollywood intruding into the video game industry now. I want to say this. I don't watch very many movies. I don't talk about very many movies. In fact, the last movie I actually really tried to watch was Home Alone, and I couldn't even watch the whole thing just because I was bored. But my point of this all is that, like, I think the video game industry is giving actors too much credit right now. And, you know, what are they actually doing? What are they actually doing to make the video game, help the video game industry? Yeah, you might sell games, but it doesn't mean that you're actually physically in the game. Your role as an actor in a movie, you're physically in the movie. Outside of the movie, out in the video game industry, you're not in a video game. You're not even acting. They're using you as a model to put inside of a video game. So you're still not doing your full job. And second, when we allow actors in Hollywood to intrude into the video game industry, we're allowing something to happen to the video game industry that doesn't really need to be happening to the video game industry, and it's solely disappointment. Um, and reality of the truth is like I look at it as a whole, I'm like, well, what, this can go wrong in many ways, and this can change things up and make the video game industry totally what it isn't. You know, it's the video game industry before actors have came in. We've all seen this before, where actors came in and it just, the problem is that the video game industry is now the in thing, so Hollywood is trying to get into a part of it. And the disappointing thing is that looking at everything statistically, Legend of Zelda didn't even win Game of the Year. It got one award. Who got the Game of the Year in 6 awards? Baldur's Gate, Alan Wake. And a lot of people were saying Alan Wake wasn't even all that great. So it's just weird to see that, like, Hollywood is taking over in this industry, and we need to not allow that. I think there's somebody else that should be running a video game award show outside of Jeff Keighley. Because I'll tell you what, Jeff Keighley, he's allowing this to go the way it is. He's allowing this to go into the dumps. He's allowing the video game industry to be taken over by actors and actresses. And what's weird about this is it makes me wonder where he stands on the whole thing, because he just seems like he's more concerned with meeting like actors and actresses, or more concerned with the movie industry than he is with the video game industry. Yeah, he's a big name in the video game industry, but my take on this all is the film and Hollywood and all that. That's separate from the video game industry. In its own area. It's its own hobby for a reason. Video games are much different. Video games are, a hobby. You sit down and you're partaking in what you're watching. That's how it's different. And people argue this all the time because movie buffs think that more people are supposed to like have some sort of attachment to a movie. The reality of the truth is I have more of an attachment to a video game than I ever actually would. How do I want to say this? Than I ever actually would a movie. I can't even remember last time I had like awesome moments watching like a movie like that. Yeah, I can remember good movies, but do I actually remember funny moments with friends while playing a movie? I certainly don't remember anything. I know for me in the past, and this wasn't a movie, but there's been a lot of incidences, and the one most amusing one was in WWE Day of Reckoning on the GameCube. We were playing a match, and I got put through the top of the cell, but because it glitched out, me and I think my stepbrother, we were laughing at it because my character wouldn't fall through. And that's the kind of stuff you only remember in video gaming. You're not getting those moments watching a movie. You're not getting moments like that at all by sitting down and watching, actors and actresses, play out a part in a movie. And, I think this is gonna really throw things off. I don't know if we're gonna how much more we're gonna see of it, but I'm not the only one who thinks it's overrated. And in fact, that is what made Anuma get pushed off the stage so quickly. It was a 3-hour show, from what I understand, that actors came to, and they got cut. They're cutting people short that are in the video game industry and have actors talk longer, which is, it's weird. It's weird. And I don't, I don't really think this is a good idea. I think acting and actors and all that, I think they should stay on the other side of the fence, because when you're inserting Hollywood into something, which we're already seeing, we're seeing actors try to get in video games. Okay, okay. So if we're doing that, what are they actually doing that's getting, I mean, besides voice acting, what are they actually doing inside of a game? Because you're not really doing any form of acting when you're getting put inside of a game. You're just doing voice acting. So, I don't know. I just don't like this direction. I don't think I don't think that they should be doing that. I think they should be, I think Hollywood should just remain separate from the video game industry, not insert it. There's gonna, and I'm just glad somebody like a company like Nintendo, who, I've been playing games with for years, or like, I don't even know if Xbox isn't really, the thing is, the only company I know that would do something like this is PlayStation. Xbox and Nintendo, they don't care about Hollywood like that. They don't really care about that kind of stuff, at least from what I see. But yeah, that's just my take on it. If you like this take, hit that like button, and I guess that's it for me. So again, if you like the take, hit the like button. If you if you also if you like the take, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you did like the take again, hit the notification bell to get more from me, because I don't talk about films much here, but this is a rare occurrence when I do it. So, film, movie, Hollywood. This is all video game over here. So, that's my take on it. And that said, take it easy and keep gaming, gamers.